Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft All the Mods 8. Today is an introduction to the Spirit mod, one of the mods included in this pack, and you'll need it for some of the later achievements, specifically if you're trying to make all of the different productive bees. Today we're going to be looking at how to make 4 of the basic building blocks of this mod, which is the soul powder, soul slate, soul steel, and soul glass. Now, if you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like, but most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that way you can see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Okay, so we're going to need some materials to make this work, and luckily all of the materials we're looking at are pretty easy to get a hold of. We're going to need some soul sand, some glowstone, some deep slate, some iron, some lapis lazuli blocks, some tinted glass, and a flint and steel. Now this is what you need to make all 4 of the primary building blocks of the Spirit mod. Let's take a look at those. So I'm going to grab myself the flint and steel, and I'm going to grab myself soul sand, and I'm going to grab myself glowstone dust. So the way Spirit works is, to be honest with you, you're going to burn a lot of stuff. You're going to start a fire on different blocks, and you're going to throw items into that fire to change it into something else. So first we're going to look at soul powder, which is the primary ingredient. We're going to take a block of soul sand. We're going to light it on fire. You see we got a little blue fire there. Looks kind of snazzy. Now, we're going to throw a piece of glowstone into that fire. Now, you'll notice you get all these little ghosty skulls going on there. It's actually a very cool visual. And it can take a minute, but we're going to hang out. And once that's done, it's going to convert that glowstone into the soul powder we were needing. Yep, there it is right there. See, it spit it right out. And now we have 2 soul powder. And so we can basically rinse and repeat that as often as we need. We're going to throw the whole block in there. Let it spirit up and see how many we get out of it. Now, sometimes when you're making changes of this nature, it will consume the block that you're putting on fire, and sometimes it will not. In this situation, it does not. So you can continue to have that fire on that piece of soul sand, producing powder as often as you want to throw it in there. And you can tell by all these little skulls that are popping out, little brown ones, that it's doing what it's supposed to. Now, I threw a whole stack in there, so it takes a little bit to get that done. But as I pop forward, you'll see that I now have 2 stacks of soul powder. Okay? So 1 stack of glowstone makes 2 stacks of soul powder. Okay. Now, with soul powder, you can then take soul powder, and in a block of 4, you can create soul powder block, which are going to be needed for a lot of the items and such we're going to be moving forward with. Okay? So that's how you make soul powder. Next, we're going to take some deep slate, okay? And we're going to do kind of the same basic idea. So if we look at soul slate, which is what we're making next, these are all the items in the Spirit mod. Soul slate is the same basic thing. You could do it on a soul fire, on any of the soul soil blocks. You could do it on any of those. You can also do it on that powder block you just made. So we're going to take a powder block, we're going to light that fire, and then we're going to throw ourselves a deep slate inside of there. Oh, well, my aim's off. Now we'll throw a deep slate inside of there. I don't think that's landed. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to take the whole stack and just toss it in there. Now, you see we're getting our little brown ghosties again. That means what you're doing is correct. If you're seeing all those little brown ghosties, then what we have put in the fire is actually converting into something. If you don't see that visual, something is wrong with the build. Either you have the wrong block underneath, or the item you're throwing in cannot be transmogged into whatever it is you're making. Okay? So we got lots there. Let's step on up. There we go. Now, as you see, it takes a little while. It converted some of those and gave me soul slate. Okay? So on this is a 1-for-1. Where 1 glowstone gave us 2 soul powders, 1 piece of deep slate gives us soul slate. 1 soul slate. Okay? But this does not consume this fire, so you can just leave it on there till the whole stack's done, or just keep throwing more in, however you'd like. Okay? So let's go ahead and put some of that away. All right. Next, we're going to make soul steel. Okay? So soul steel, same kind of idea, except in this situation, we're going to build a little plus sign here, right? So 3, 2 on the sides. So 5 blocks total. We're going to light the middle one on fire. We're going to throw in our iron. Now, iron is what's going to turn that into soul steel. There we go. Now we're getting our little brown ghosties. Boop. And there we go. Now in this one, you'll see that the 5 blocks of soul powder I had put down exploded when it was done after converting just 1 soul steel ingot. So in this, it's 5 powder blocks and 1 iron gives you a soul steel ingot. So you can see you're going to end up converting quite a bit of glowstone into powder and then powder into the blocks in order to make a lot of the steel, right? It gets more expensive as we move on. All right, so that's 3 of the 4. The last one we're going to look at is going to be how to make soul glass. We're going to need soul powder for that, okay? So just like before, we're going to make the little plus sign, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong one. We're going to make this with our lapis blocks, okay? So we're making our soul glass, which is, no, that's soul steel, soul glass. So in this one, it's lapis with a soul powder in the middle. And we're going to light the soul powder, and we're going to throw in a tinted glass. I'm just going to throw 1 in. There's our little brown ghosties, as they're supposed to be. You see nothing happen, right? But if I step in here, boop, I got soul glass. So this one does not consume the items. So if I want to, I can go ahead and throw the whole stack of my glass in there, my tinted glass, and it's going to convert all those into soul glass. And you just leave them in there. The longer you wait, the more it'll get done. If all the brown ghosties stop, you'll know that it's done doing the whole stack, or you can just grab out of it what you want. By the way, the soul fire, it may hurt you. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But as you can see, we now have several soul glass, and our fire's still going, so we can continue to convert that if we wish. So, not really expensive items. Deep slate, you can mine pretty low, deep slate you can mine pretty low in the world. Soul sand, your glowstone, probably you're going to be getting from the nether. Iron you can get anywhere. Lapis you can get it mining, and then making your tinted glass and a flint and steel. So not really expensive stuff to get this mod going, but it does then let us move into some of the tools, the crystals, and the rituals, and that's what we're going to be looking at in the next tutorial. But this will give you the basic building blocks to get your spirit mod going and get you started down that path. Well, that's going to show us for this video. Now, if you have any questions about this tutorial or any of my tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comments, and I will do my very best to get back with you as quickly as I can, as well as any recommendations or suggestions you may have for other tutorials you'd like to see in All the Mods 8. I'm always looking for new ideas. You can also go to my website, Onlydraven.com, and there, down at the bottom of the homepage, you can submit feedback or emails directly via email. You'll also find my streaming schedule, links to all my socials, the ODG store for ODG loot, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So I'd highly recommend checking out the website. But that is going to do me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.